Mike is standing by with an engineering major. I would tell you the name, but I would just butcher it. I'll leave it up to Mike.
I may not try it as well, Gary, but you know, the Vice President of the Career Services Center, Mike Summers, on my right. Mike has been so good, we brought him back again. Mike, great to have you here again.
Thanks, Mike. It's great to be here.
Great. And on my left here, Hazel S. She told me to call her Hazel S., a mechanical engineering major as well as a women and gender studies major. Welcome to the halftime show.
Happy to be here.
It's great to have you. Mike, we're going to start with you. We want to talk a little bit about internships here, and we want to talk about career services and how those two fold together. It is so important for kids to get that real life experience. You and I touched on it about a week ago, but we want to go a little more into it having Hazel here. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, Mike, when we were talking the other week, we were talking about exploring and externships, the ability to explore and job shadow and figure it out. Well, summer internships are that next step, and they're absolutely critical for all of our students to have the opportunity to go and experience the world of work outside the classroom. Those experiences in some fields are mandatory for full-time jobs once they leave. And more opportunities are going to require that internship, and so we work very closely with our alum parents and friends to provide as many of those opportunities for our students as possible.
And like you said, a lot of those opportunities turn into jobs later on. It's so important. And a lot of kids sometimes feel like, well, I'm going to do an internship, I'm going to shadow, I'm not going to be able to do much, but a lot of the kids really get involved with projects right from the start when they get involved with these companies.
There's no doubt about it, Mike, and we're seeing that more and more. And in fact, through Career Services, we're in our third year of a program called Intern Shift, and these are immersive experiences that are provided exclusively to a Lafayette College student. So really, we're behind that as an institution, and I hope in a few years we're leading the way nationwide to provide more of those opportunities for our students.
No doubt you will be. Let's turn to Hazel here. Hazel, tell us a little bit. Obviously, we have you here to talk about your internship. Tell me which company it was and what exactly how you got involved.
So I was the secretary of the Society of Women Engineers Lafayette chapter, and we were invited to this dinner for celebrating Lafayette's engineering, just like the whole department and everything. So I went there and I met this alumni there. We had a great talk. I didn't know where he was working at. I didn't know that he was working at any engineering related company, but he, I think, interviewed me for like 5 hours. And then at the end of the day, he gave me his card and he was like, send me your resume, like I want to speak to you. So that's how I kind of got my first internship.
Well, he must have been incredibly impressed with you to come back and actually offer you an internship.
Right, I hope so. I mean, that's the hope, right? So that's how I got that one. And I actually didn't have to like get into any other interviews. So basically I just met him, gave me his card, and just got my internship. And it turns out he's actually the vice president of the Philly section of Turner Construction. Yeah, so that was a huge deal because Turner is big in the industry. And it was definitely a great experience because, you know, when you go there, there are actually a lot of different Lafayette alumni from different groups of people and from different classes. So actually when you go there, you meet a lot of Lafayette people as well. So you actually feel like, you know, oh, well.
What was the number one takeaway you got out of the finish, when you finished the internship? What would you say was the number one takeaway? Was it the actual time consuming, or was it the delving into actually what goes on with the construction company? What was the number one takeaway you had?
I think for me it was that I want to go into the industry first because I was thinking about grad school at the time. So working at Turner Construction kind of made it clear for me that I want to go into the industry first, see what's out there, and then go to grad school.
Right, that's terrific. Sounds awesome. Mike, let's finish up here. Let's talk a little bit about how alumni, how people can get involved, and how if they have those things listening out there, how can they get in touch with you and get involved with some of these internships?
Yeah, Mike, as you and Hazel were just talking about, there were lots of Lafayette alumni that helped guide her through the opportunity at Turner. And that's really one of the tenets of Lafayette College. We have so many generous alumni, parents, and friends. So what I would say is hire our students, right? They do exceptionally well when you hire them. If you're not in the position where you can make that, we have lots of students that are going for internship opportunities where the organization is either not able to pay for that or it's underpaid, and we have a stipend program where if alumni, parents, and friends want to help support that fund, it will enable those students to accept those opportunities because we're able to help them with paying to live in those areas, work in those areas, to take those internships.
Absolutely terrific. Mike, thank you so much for it again. A couple minutes. You're a regular. Come on back whenever you can.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
And Hazel, it was awesome to have you here. Terrific. Good luck in the future.
Thank you so much.
Guys, thank you.
How about the maturity of the Lafayette students? We'll look at the opposite, the immaturity of two announcers when we come back.